1, 2, Sarang! Hey!
Annyeong! This is Pia!
What's up, everyone? It's your ngongo girl, Trency.
And hello, this is Monica, and welcome to another episode of 1, 2, Sarang! This also happens to be our season finale.
Oh.
Clap, 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 clap. So after this, we will be taking a season break. Please wait for our comeback.
Wow,
Season 4
okay.
comeback in a few months, in a few weeks, months. But for today is D-Day. That we get to talk about a recent experience in where else? Saan tayo pumunta, guys?
We went to
Singapore!
The land of Pawis.
Yeah. The land of
So-
unnecessary sweating.
Yes.
Like, sayang ang makeup. But, ayun na nga.
Tapos, kami ni Trency merong mga binaon ko.
Correct. May take home po kami.
Yes, guys. There was a flu.
badya.
COVID.
Yeah.
Nakakuha kami ng first world influenza. Magaling, matapang po.
Matapang yung
yung strain. Oo, well-made po talaga pag galing Singapore.
Actually, first world Pero worth it ba? I mean, my God.
Yung
we
influenza?
went there. Hindi, worth it naman yung experience. Kasi syempre, ayun nga, we finally got to see a BTS member in the flesh. Yoongi in the flesh. Like, oh my God. Like, sometimes, I remember days leading up to the flight out to Singapore, I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm gonna see him in the flesh. Like, hindi na through a screen. Alam mo yon, as in sobrang, I couldn't believe it talaga. Ayun naman, yun yung question ko. Was it worth it? Nagka-flu nga kayo, but the experience, wasn't it like
Oo naman.
super?
Ako, 100% worth it. But, ayoko nang ulitin yung 2 days bedridden. Please.
Syempre.
Medyo, ganyan natin balikan yan after
Correct.
all that.
Ako ngayon ko palang siya ma-unpack, kaya na-excite ako.
Oo,
malaman ko
totoo.
ano yung mga
Inabangan ko
pag-usapan
rin yan.
Correct.
Correct. So, ayun. For today, we are going to be talking about Suga's D-Day tour concert in Singapore. We watched day 2. So, that was July... June. Ang advance. That was June
17.
17, yeah. Na-confused.
17 pa.
We watched him just a few days ago. So, medyo under a week ago. Oh my God, I can't believe it. And the show was very, very much, and I think naman it was presented, even in the promos pa lang, it was presented as Suga's journey as an artist. And so, for this episode, I wanted to ask you guys and myself kung kamusta naman ang naging journey natin leading up to the moment that we finally got to watch Suga in the flesh.
Yes.
Yun. So, that was that show that was like the last in his Asian leg. And he's been touring for about 2 months already in the States. He started nung April. And then, nung final stop niya is in Seoul. And then, after that, well, we kind of pretty much know that he's probably gonna be enlisting in the military already. But I think at least he's going out with a bang, right? I'm so glad he did this talaga. So,
Correct.
yun, let's start. I want to start with Pia. What was your journey like?
Actually, when Suga announced na magko-concert siya, he's one of the members that I really want to see live. Because, well, he's my bias wrecker, and also, I just got so intrigued because we all know na he took a lot of classes. Yung parang, alam mong pinaghandaan talaga niya to. So parang, I just really want to see ano pa yung pwede niyang magawa, like as an artist, to perform live. Kasi sa lahat sa kanila, siya naman yung aminado na hindi siya ganun ka galing when it comes to live performances in terms of showmanship. Because if you think BTS and showmanship, you have a Jungkook, you have a Jimin, you have a Hobie. Sila naman talaga yung stand out. And sinasabi nga ni Yoongi, nung dumating yung tatlong yun, buti na lang, pwede na kami sa likod lang, mag-chuwariwap, parang ganyan na lang kami. So I'm just so interested, like, he took all of these classes, ano kayang ginawa niya to improve himself and to be able to stage something alone. Pero syempre nakabado ako nung ticketing because I had no idea kung makakakuha ba tayo or not. But when we actually did, it was such a shock for me kasi medyo hindi ko na masyadong ininvest yung puso ko kasi nakaka-heartbreak, di ba, kapag di mo makuha. But when we did get the tickets, and then nagkataon din na si Trency nakakuha din yung sister niya ng tickets ng same area as us, I was like, oh shit, this is meant to be. So parang that excitement kind of waned because ticketing happened when? March? Parang ganun pa, diba?
Very early. Probably early May. April.
O, mga ganun. So, parang so after that, medyo nag-wane yung excitement ko. And then, ang daming nangyari, life happened. And then, parang on the plane na lang to Singapore, doon na lang ako medyo, oh my God, this is really happening. It's like, I'm actually gonna see a BTS member live. And right before the concert, actually, parang feeling ko medyo na-hyperventilate ako na parang nahahagulgol na ako na, shoot, it's actually gonna happen. Parang ganun. So, sobrang, yung emotions ko parang, parang siyang volcano nag-erupt. Parang yung matagal na nabuo, tapos biglang, okay, sumabog na lang siya. Parang ganun yung buong experience for me.
But how's like the con for you? Like, the actual con?
The actual concert was beyond words. Like, it was really parang yung roller coaster of emotions that I got from him was so intense kasi sobrang, ang sarap lang nung buong feeling, like, from the way he entered na parang sobrang, yung binuhat siya palabas, na parang, okay, ganito talaga tayo, mag-uumpisa, ano? Even pre-concert, di ba yung umuulan-ulan? Di ba yung parang setting the mood already?
Yeah.
Tapos binuhat siyang paloob, tapos biglang yung tumayo siya. And then, parang favorite ko talaga din yung moment nung magdidechita na siya, yung parang yung tumingin talaga siya straight to the camera, tapos makikita mo yung LED sa likod niya, and then syempre meron kang visual reference ng Dichita, kung paano din, oh my God, as in sobrang, I was just so impressed with everything that he did. And of course, Big Hit is Big Hit when it comes to staging. They do it so perfectly. I loved every bit of it. And he definitely held his own. He had such a command of the stage. Kahit na nasan siya, sa kanya ka talaga susunod. And gustong-gusto mo yung energy na nilalabas niya sa crowd. It was such a great, great, great experience talaga. Super worth it.
Oh, shit. Biglang na-stun. Nag-flashback eh. Ikaw, Tretzy, go.
When we found out nga na parang we got tickets, kaming apat pa, and as Pia mentioned earlier, na on the same area pa talaga, na parang alam mo, Singapore really loves us. You know,
correct.
As in talagang, akala na...
Enough to not make us leave with sakit, without sakit.
Yun lang yung yun lang yung catch
Ito
daw.
pala yung ano.
May pabaon
Oo. Parang for more good luck daw to. More plema, more good luck. Great.
Bring a part of me with you, sabi
exactly.
ng Singapore.
So, sobrang parang talagang, nung nakuha nga namin yung parang, oh my God, talagang Singapore is where we're always gonna watch shows now. Kasi parang talagang dun tayo parang tinatawag. And yung experience natin is always the best when we do it there. And then, pero previously, I guess going back then to when I found out that he was gonna be performing, napaisip ako, bakit? Bakit niya gagawin? Pero kasi we all know naman si Suga kasi is the kind of, meron siyang goals. And his goals are, as you know, yung, ang tawag sa kanya? Nostradamus. Forget that.
Yung Stradamus.
Yung Stradamus or something like that.
Minstradamus.
Sorry yun. Minstradamus. My God. Grabe, ex-girlfriend ako. Hindi ko alam. Come on.
God.
I should know this. So, as Minstradamus, parang he always has these like lofty goals na parang feeling ko of all of them, siya yung nagtatry talagang mag-achieve. Well, pati, J-Hope and RM din naman, they're all like that. But like, parang feeling ko he's the one that really dreams the biggest of all of them. He dreams the biggest for the group. And in this case, since parang they're in a hiatus nga, parang he dreamt the biggest for himself. And I super, super duper appreciate that about him. Nung napakinggan ko nga rin yung album, parang, shit, sobrang solid. So, nung nasa Singapore na kami, nakakatuwa kasi para talaga for me, yung experience ko, isa siyang, as a hip-hop girl as well, para feeling ko na ano lang ako, na possessed lang ako ng mga kanta niya. Wow! As in talagang parang feeling ko ang sarap magwala sa crowd. Also, thank you, Yoongi, for letting us drink in your concert. Yay!
Yay!
Clap, clap, clap. Oo nga. I think by the time...
Beer infused with soju.
Soju beer. I think by my second one, parang nung sumasayaw-sayaw na ako doon, I was like spilling stuff on like other people. Tapos nag-flashback sa akin yung nung kabataan ko, nung nag-Z concert ako, tapos nalasing ako, tapos parang tinerrorize ko lahat ng mga bagets na nandun. So sabi ko, kalma ka girl, huwag ka nang kumuha ng pangatlo kasi baka naman biglang mag-feeling ka na naman na parang, oh my God, like, let's hype everyone up. No, don't do that. Do not shame yourself. So anyway, tapos ayun nga, sobrang for me, yung concert experience is just para siyang full circle din ng experience ko as an ARMY. I mean, sad ako na hindi ko sila napanood as a whole. Kasi syempre, yun naman yung gusto natin, di ba? Yun naman yung goal talaga as an ARMY para mapanood silang lahat. Pero I think, if ito na yun, for now, okay lang. Kasi talagang may part dun towards the middle. Kasi yung first part medyo hype songs pa, di ba? Sayaw-sayaw.
Yeah.
And then towards the middle, I don't know kung anong songs yun, medyo kumalma na yung music. And then, I think that was the time na I really, like, introspected na and stuff. Just dun talaga ako naiyak. Kasi parang ako, like, man, these guys, damn, they were with me during my fucking lowest time. And then, naiyak na naman ako. And then now I'm here watching this motherfucker who is, like, my jowa for, a few months.
Your pandemic boyfriend.
Few months lang?
Few months lang naman at, hindi pala, 1 year and a half ata kami.
Oo, mga naman
basta na kami. I'm so sorry.
Isang taon naman.
Mga 1 year and a half kami. Hindi kasi nagmamonthsary kami. Hindi kami nag-anniversary.
Okay. Noted.
Exactly, minsary. Nag-minsary kasi kami. So anyway, nung yung, as in talagang parang like, oh my God, grabe talaga ang life. Ang ganda-ganda talaga. Parang then you get to experience these things. And then I think I remember Mon saying din before na parang if you have an opportunity to like a friend told you before na if you have an opportunity to experience something at the moment that you're feeling something about it, do it. Kasi sure, you can do it another time, but that feeling that you have right now won't be the same as before and it will be a completely different experience. And yun yung tumakbo sa utak ko na parang I'm just so happy na kaya kong gawin to ngayon. Alam mo yun, pinilit ko siya rin to a certain degree na mangyari. Pero I'm just so happy na yung feelings na to ang na-feel ko ngayon. Like feeling of gratefulness and just feeling of joy and yun, splendor. Wait, yun lang naman. If my brain is medyo sabo ko ngayon, guys. I'm so sorry kung medyo weird yung takbo ng utak ko. Na-feel ko parang feeling ko parang kung saan ako pupunta. But yes,
no naman.
That is my point.
Oh. I was actually very, very excited for you guys because, I mean, you guys have been ARMY for much longer than I am. It's barely been a year. I think less than a year pa nga lang since I declared myself. Yeah, I announced that I'm ARMY. And I'm so...
Pinilit ka pa namin.
Oo nga
Because I think
shy.
I think I'm ARMY.
Correct.
Hindi pa siya ganun.
Correct. Hindi ako I mean, wala pa rin akong ARMY bomb. And I went to the concert without it. But it's okay. I feel like...
I didn't even use mine. Like, I put mine back eventually sa
What?
bag. Kasi
I didn't notice.
Nag-hip-hop lang kasi ako nun eh.
Correct. Actually, alam mo, yun yung thoughts ko. Bibili ba ako para gets mo complete yung experience ko? Pero parang may part din ako na I just know I wanted to wail my hands everywhere without carrying something. So parang sabi ko, sige, wag na lang. Plus, I don't know. But anyway, so yun nga, I was so excited for you guys. And at the same time, syempre na-excited ako for me. Because like, imagine, parang bilis na journey ko from like, standing them, like, recently, and then suddenly, oh my God, we've got tickets. Yeah, that was exciting. Ticketing, I kind of knew that we were really gonna get it. Kasi ang plan natin, remember, yung plan natin before was to try every single Asian city. Kasi with the moment he announced that he was gonna go on tour, we're like, fuck, the ticketing is gonna be war. So even though we knew we wanted Singapore, we don't know if we're gonna get Singapore. So initially, the plan was to try Jakarta, try Bangkok, try Singapore, and see na lang kung saan tayo mag-hit. And then surprisingly, I got tickets to Jakarta. Like easy, like super easy. It was like one of the easiest ticketing experiences that I've ever encountered. And I was a little bit sad when you guys didn't get, kasi parang syempre there was that fear na hala baka maghiwalay kami kasi suddenly nagkaroon ng algorithms na pwedeng dalawa lang kami sa Jakarta tas the other batch would be in Singapore, we wouldn't be together. Kasi nga nakakatakot at sobrang daming gustong manood, sobrang daming nakapila. So we didn't know if we were still gonna manage Singapore. And then by miracles, and actually it's Pia's Singapore touch. She's always the one who gets us the tickets. Like suddenly she gets
my
it.
sister too.
And then your sister Nai gets a couple as well, and I'm like, oh my God, compete. And then even selling my tickets was a little bit of a breeze. I mean, syempre nag-worry ako for a bit because like I was gonna sell tickets to Jakarta and I'm not from Jakarta, so there was a little bit of worry there na parang hala, may bibili ba to or meron bang kakausap sa akin na Indonesian, baka isipin nila fake ako or whatever. But I was also actually, I don't know why I was so surprised na ang bilis ko rin nabenta yung ticket somehow. So anyway, I did. And then, leading up to the flight, parang wala akong pinanood na anything. Like, di ko man lang binasa yung set list. I just knew that he was gonna open with Hey Gum. And there were some select songs kasi syempre, rumoronda na sila on Twitter. But hindi, unlike yung 17 before, I don't know, I just ate up everything, like all the fan cams then.
So, palang pinanood na natin.
Oh, yun din, diba? So parang, I already knew what was gonna happen in the concert. But for this one, nothing. I just knew the songs. I just know his mixtapes. I mean, I knew that I had some favorites. I didn't know how he was gonna sing some of my favorite songs. I knew that he was gonna play in the guitar, but I didn't know which songs. Alam mo yon, as in, ang daming, what's gonna happen? So, the experience was very, very satisfying. Kasi nga, it really felt like you're watching everything for the first time. And it was quite a spectacle. I mean, can I just talk about the broad value in this? I mean, you mentioned it, Pia. The moment you enter the stadium, yung sa screen, meron siyang pa-rain effect. So, the audio and visual effects were all the paulan. So, talagang may nararamdaman ka na something. Alam mo yun, na set talaga yung mood. Tas ayun pa, malamig. Malamig talaga. Malamig. Malamig talaga sa Singapore Indoor Stadium. So, alam mo yun, feel natin yung beers natin.
In fairness.
Correct. And then the show opened, and then, oh my God, the lighting. I am so amazed by the lighting. I have never been, I think I've seen quite a few concerts din naman with spectacular lighting. Pero, syempre, it's always extra spectacular when you feel the lighting meshed so well with the song, the performance, the VCR, and even like the projections. Like, ang ganda-ganda ng mga pa-video niya, no? As in, iba-iba. As in, hindi lang siya yung usual coverage na, you know how in the concerts usual coverage na para may close-up, live feed, ganon. As in, ang daming effects na
may pa-filters pa siya.
Ang ganda ng mga filters.
Parang I've seen yung iba na may filtered nga. Pero kasi it doesn't really say anything with the story. Kasi parang
Yun
yung
nga
sa kanya,
eh.
yung VCR, yung purpose niya is to aid with the storytelling that's happening on stage. Hindi lang yung parang, okay lang,
Correct.
makita niyo siya. Parang ganun.
Exactly, oo. Tapos parang ang ganda hindi ko siya sobrang lahat nakita. I mean, syempre with everything going on, nagkataon din kasi my sister is also hardcore ARMY and Yoongi stan. So, when she came home nag-compare kami ng videos, ang ganda din ng mga kuha niya. Nakita ko na, oh my God, ito pala yung effect ng video. As in, ang ganda nung may pa-filter na, di ba yung how do you call that? Yung parang naka
Multicam?
parang hindi lang yung mga multicam yung parang basically may dalawang Yoongi on screen pero different color, the red and the blue.
Yes, the red and the blue.
The red
That
and
was
the
so
blue
good.
one. Oo, sobrang ganda nun kasi yun yung poster din kasi.
Correct.
Exactly.
nung tour. Pero ang ganda lang na effect and then syempre ang pogi-pogi din niya, alam mo yun, parang
Oh my God, kakalimutan na.
Also-
Never natin minention ng pogi-pogi nga niya.
Oo nga eh.
Ngayon pa lang.
Pero alam mo, yun din pala, like nung pinapansin ko rin yung mga kasi usually, meron sa mga ibang mga BTS, lalo na ng pandemic na mga live stream, mapapansin mo na yung LED sa likod, daya pre-tape, yung mga ganun. Kaya ito talaga oh my God, everything is live, kahit yung mga multicam nga. Parang sabi ko, oh my God,
Correct.
live talaga yung multicam. As in, lahat talaga, as in, ang galing ng pagkaka-execute nila kasi walang daya. As in,
True.
sobrang na-impress and na-amaze. Ang galing.
Ang impressive.
May isang multicam siya doon na parang hindi siya, parang different videos from different dates, tama, of different performances.
Of the concert.
Ang galing na naisip niyo yun.
Different
Of
stops.
different stops.
Diba?
Parang, ang galing naisip mo, ipasok yan dyan.
Sobra!
Gusto ko yung gusto kong filter yung yung parang may cracks. Tapos every time magka-crack,
yeah.
so magkakaroon ng bagong frame, hole. Tas may bagong ibang angle of Yoongi in it. Pero may main crack na may ibang angle din. Tapos dahil consistent na, kumbaga, papatuloy lang na nagka-crack yung wall, yung screen, kumbaga. So, padami ng Yoongi. Tapos, basta, sobrang na-feel mo talaga yung kanta, o na-feel mo yung everything about it. Like,
Correct.
I've never been so impressed. Normally, of course, these are helpful tools, visual tools to enjoy a concert, right? But normally, I'm focused on either the song or the actual performer. Pero yun talaga, as in, minsan, ayoko na siyang tingin in the flesh kasi gusto ko manood ng TV. Alam mo yan?
Oo.
Kasi ang ganda-ganda. TV talaga. So, ang ganda-ganda talaga Para talaga siyang pelikula. Alam mo yun? So much to say about the prod. And the lighting. Remember, parang I was so gushing. Parang yung may pa-smoke effect. So, sobrang favorite ko yung may smoke effect. Tapos, nagpo-project sila ng smoke on the smoke effect. Parang ganon. And I'm like, ooh, this is like fancy. And I love yung parang, kasi yung above, yung truss sa taas. So, naka-square siya that squared the stage below. Rectangle, actually. And then, parang nakababa lang lahat ng beam. So, mukha siyang, parang nagkaroon ng void, ng black void sa gitna. And then the lighting, parang kumbaga naka-focus lang on stage. And then merong spot kay Yoongi. I don't know, it felt like he was being taken or something. And sobrang bagay kasi parang his performance was also, he was so intense. Like, it felt like he was out of his mind, kumbaga, na parang, my God, man, slow down. But at the same time, more, alam mo yun? As in, parang, what a performer that guy is. Like, wow.
Yeah.
Super, super galing. Like, the feeling experience there, so, yun nga, there was that wonder, that awe, sa splendor that you saw sa prod. And then, there was also that genuine happiness. Like, the first 3 songs, all the way, actually, I think, sa Seesaw was probably the 4th or 5th song, maybe. That was nakagitara siya nun.
Yes, nakagitara siya.
Parang, dun ko na-feel na sobrang laki ng smile ko. As in, and like, alam mo yung moment na biglang na-realize mo na ang tagal-tagal mo nang nakangiti. Kasi nga, para siyang culmination of My God, I've just been seeing and learning about this guy, and there he is in the flesh. And there he is performing. And this is like one of my favorite songs, Seesaw. And like, and then meron pa akong moment of looking around. Syempre, every army kanya-kanyang kwento yan. Why they're there. Like, I mean, aside from you guys, I kept on looking at you guys. Parang, especially dun sa mga kanta na alam kong favorite. Although, I tried to video you, Pia, sa Deng. Kasi alam ko, super love mo yon.
Wala na.
Wala eh. Nagwawala ka eh. So, wala akong makuha eh. As in, alam mo
Out
yun?
of body sa akin yung tsaka
Oh my
Deng na
God.
parang minedli niya.
Yeah.
Kasi parang iba talaga. Like, pwede na ako talaga, as in out of body talaga yung buong.
Yun nga,
oh my
na-feel
God.
ko nga yun. So, parang, nag-enjoy din ako, aside from my personal experience of seeing him in the flesh, I really, really enjoyed looking around and, like, just feeling the joy and happiness from the other audience members as well. Because, like, obviously, they're here for a reason, and that's because they love this guy so much, and they're having the time of their lives, and it's such a great, that's always, like, the best part about concerts, diba? It's like, you're all in one room, collectively enjoying something right there in front, and so you just feel so united and happy, and like it's one of the best feelings, really. That's why we enjoy concerts, diba?
What were your favorite performances?
Ako talaga, yung tsaka yung Deng talaga,
God,
yun
so
yung
same.
pinaka nag-peak talaga ako doon. As in, kasi parang right before that pa, kasi sinasabi ko na kay Mon talaga nung nasa hotel pa lang kami. Gusto ko na sabi ko na A to the G to the U to the STD. Ayan, pasikat na yung last 3 letters. Ayun, tayo lang yata naiilang doon. As in, parang galing ka pa sa high na sumisigaw ka ng gano'n, biglang parang tumingin ako sa'yo ng trenches, parang lahat, parang
Correct.
gumana tayong dalawa, tapos biglang dinugtong sa Deng. As in,
Oh my
parang gano'n
God.
talaga, parang
Yes.
medyo nag-out of body na talaga. This is really happening, Parang ganun talaga yung feeling ko. As in, wow, yun yung pinaka-highlight for me.
Ako rin, parang same. Kasi syempre yun yung BTS combined song. Alam mo yun? So parang, and yun yung may pinakamalakas na hatak of my memory from that BTS era nga of depression. Depression.
Oo.
Diba? Yung mga, alam mo yun? Syempre, pinerform din nila yun nung nag-mot sila, diba? So, alam mo yun, to see it live na fine, kahit na mag-isa siya, but to see him perform his bit live, tas yung typical Yoongi dance pa na yung umiikot siya. Yung parang siyang basta gumaganon, which is like, oh my God, alam mo, and I'm so thankful na I have big movements because napansin ko na sa area natin, walang malapit. Parang ang dami nating space. So, like, thanks other armies for respecting our space because we want to dance. Thank you. Ayun. Ano pa ba? Hindi ko matandaan ng ibang songs. Of course, Hegum pa din naman, syempre, isang malaking pasabog yun sa start, diba? So, parang, it's a really good choice to start with that song.
It is. I really like that he started with his first 3 songs were his title tracks
Okay.
to all his albums. Because it was Hegum, Dechwita, and then the
Yeah.
Agust D nga. So it was basically backtracking from his album to his mixtapes. Diba?
Yeah.
Nag-enjoy ako doon. And I normally, I was a little bit surprised because I know Dechwita was it's a very, very popular song. And you know how normally they put it either in the middle or towards the end kasi yun nga yung pampahype. Sobrang natuwa ako sa decision niya na sa beginning pa lang, bang! Alam mo yun? So, parang nakalatag na yung mood, basically. Parang may ganun siyang atake.
Correct.
Sobrang gusto ko rin yung part nung nilabas na yung piano and then when ito yata yung people part to it. Tawang-tawa lang ako na kasi 'di ba, syempre yung piano medyo customized siya para kita natin yung ulo niya, 'di ba?
Correct, mababa
Tapos
lang.
yung LED sa likod niya, yung pinakamalaking screen nakafocus sa daliri
I
niya.
know.
Parang
They know.
alam na alam nila kung ano yung mga gustong
Correct.
makita ng mga tao.
Correct.
As in, like, you have like a 10-foot visual
Of his hands.
fingers.
Yeah.
Di ba? Playing the piano. Okay. Yes. Yes,
Correct.
Suga. Yes.
I think yun talaga yung
Correct.
binayaran natin for this.
Correct.
To the fingers.
Oo, yung
And
kanyang
him,
fingers
like,
na
well,
yung buhok-buhok.
maputi, tas may mga maliliit na ugat. alam yun, na medyo putok na ugat na, sir, how to hold hands with you po.
Natutuwa ako na kahit papano. I mean, parang when the tour was announced, and even the US, they kept on using the term rap tour or something. Pero parang very much involved pa rin yung usual, with the backup, with the dancers, and all that. Did you guys enjoy like that whole production part then?
Yeah.
Oo, malamang. Kasi nag-enjoy. ano yung binubulong natin? May binubulong tayo Parang, siguro may pogi dyan. Parang may gumaganon tayo or something.
Tsaka may comment tayo about the dancers. May isa silang dance step na naglalakad-lakad sila. Tas, oh my God.
Parang 90s. Something about the 90s.
Correct.
Yung sa People Part 2 yun, yung sayaw nila para silang pang Universal Motion dancers.
Parang
correct.
Sobrang
hard bagay.
If you're not parang yun yung vibe.
Sobrang love ko rin yung sa dulo nung na sila, nung curtain call na sila. Tapos nung pagtawag ng dancers palabas, they were doing the dance step for Idol. As in, sobrang parang medyo nag-crack yung yung puso ko. Gumaganon sila. Gumaganon sila sa back.
Yeah.
As in, parang yung puso ko talaga, kasi syempre, sobrang special yung song na yun sa akin. Kaya parang, ang ganda, and they're really showing na, parang, yes, we're the dancers here, pero alam natin na si Yoongi yung idol. Parang ganun yung dating sa akin. Sobrang ganda ng moment.
Sorry, can I just also add the fact that there is a live band and how that is just the best time
I was just gonna head towards there. They're so awesome. And they're so awesome. They seem like really fun, cool people pa, no? Like, kahit
may photo card.
Kahit na snippets lang, in-introduce kasi siya to acknowledge nga the band, in-introduce sila. And then that short, like, segment, parang you can already tell na, oh man, must be really fun to tour with these guys. Alam mo yun?
Correct.
Grabe kaya lasingan nila after,
Parang saya, parang lang, like, I don't know kung normal yun with like K-pop concerts. Is it to have like a band? Kasi 17, of course, didn't have, TXT didn't
not
have.
Not on tour.
I think Stray Kids.
Stray Kids
Bakit di siya going norm? I mean, is that...
Feeling ko depende din sa songs.
May ibang songs hindi talagang pwede. I mean, pwede naman nilang i-arrange.
Hindi naman. Actually, pwede kang gumawa ng band
Yun
version. Pero hindi kasi parang maybe logistics din, mas mahal.
Pag 17 kasi ibig sabihin pag mayroon silang band, that's like another, 10 people or something. I don't know.
Correct.
Yeah, exactly.
Ang dami na nga nila,
pero kasi nung nag-Weavers Con sila, naka-live band sila nun
Kaya lang kasi Weavers Con siya. And the band satisfies all the other.
And that's just in Korea.
Yeah, hindi siya tour.
I'm just saying na kaya nila.
Yeah.
Pero
yun nga, sana gawin.
I'm sure it's like a logistics thing too.
Sana, kung kayanin ng iba, na tinutour, ganun, mas maganda. Kasi, ang saya parang like, it's a different vibe if it's live. Alam mo yun, hindi canned. But again, I guess siguro since rap yung sa kanya, it's mostly him on stage. Mas maganda rin na live yung music. Kasi parang, since there's really not a lot of dancing.
It feels more alive.
Mas heavy yung focus on yung the single person who's singing on stage. Like, I can't imagine, for example, na say, 17, tapos band, tapos maraming sayaw. Masaya rin naman, pero parang hindi ko makikita yung difference between, like, a 17 dance-heavy performance na may band and the 17 dance-heavy performance na canned music. Parang, kasi ang dami nung nangyayari on stage.
Yung sa Weavers Con, kasi ang mga sineo nila, mga hit, mga ganyan. And naka-live band. Kasi makita mo rin maganda yung their voices and mas ma-adlib sila kapag may
banda.
Versus kapag naka-MR lang.
So yun yung exciting dun. Kasi, ibig sabihin, mas may opportunity for play kung live band.
Anyway, balik tayo kay Suga.
Yeah, of course. But there.
Correct. Tawag dito. Nakita nyo naman yung kwento, diba? Actually, sobrang natuwa ako before we entered the venue. Nagkukwento ka, Pia, na kasi you met up with friends who got to watch the concert already in the earlier dates. And then they said na, it was a story. It was pure storytelling. Did you guys feel it?
Oo. I mean, it was there with the choreo, with the
VR.
VCR, and with everything that happened. Like, so there are some moments when you just get lost in the music, but he also knows when to just make you stop and just watch and just absorb everything. Maganda rin yung tahi ng mga interstitials niya kasi makita mo rin yung progression from one act to the next act and then to the final act. So parang parang dalang-dala din ako dun sa arc kung saan niya tayo dinadala. And anyway, yung mga mixtape naman niya, all three of them, I mean, the album is essentially a mixtape as well. It's basically all the story of his 20s naman eh. And
Yeah.
alam na naman natin yun eh, kung ano yung meaning ng mga lyrics and all of that. It was just so interesting kung paano din yan nilatag, yung pagkakasunod-sunod and all of that. And I think he took really the liberty, obviously, to make sure that that story is clear to us kahit na jump yung hindi niya sinunod-sunod. O, ito munang song na to from the first mixtape and then second mixtape. Hindi ganun yung pagkakalatag niya. Pero it's still very clear yung pagkakatahi niya.
I wonder kung
It's the story of his 20s.
Kasi parang, when I was watching, I gets ko naman yung whole storytelling feel. But yun nga, parang I think ako yung watching experience ko is I probably got lost in the experience. Parang, kumbaga, parang I didn't really think about that so much when I watched it. Like, there are moments na he was trying to say something more than what he's just performing. Like, for example, yung when he did Shadow. Di ba Shadow yung may interlude Shadow yun, di ba? Yung may camera. Tama ba? And then, parang he had another take on it here. Parang yun, clear. And then I also like yung, I forget ko anong song yun sa dulo, yung parang he had like several cameras around him. Yun ba yun? Shadow ba yun?
The last?
Was it the last one? Yung marami siyang camera na nakatutok lang sa kanya.
Oo. Yung naka-white shirt na lang siya.
So that's, siya? Ang tawag sa song?
The Last.
Anong tawag sa song na yun?
The Last.
The Last was the last song, though.
The Last nga, oo nga. Ang kulit ko. The Last.
Yun nga yung last song niya, diba? Yun eh.
Yun ba yung cameras?
Oo, sorry. Ako yung may mali. Kasi parang ikaw, the last. Oh my, the last. The last. Oo nga naman yung the last. So parang, wala tuloy ako. So, yun yung mga moments na feel ko siya. Pero, yun nga, parang as a flow of the entire thing. Parang, I guess I was just like so lost in the moment na hindi ko masyadong naramdaman or rather na intellectualize. But, kung i-base ko sa na-feel ko, parang nung start kasi parang wild lang. Parang, alam mo yun, dun ako medyo nagwala. And towards nga the middle, parang dun ako kumalma. And I guess kasi songs are like that na rin as well. And then towards the end, yun na nga. Pero parang hindi ko masyadong na-feel yung flowing of the story na sinasabi nila. But I'm not saying na baka ako lang yun. Kasi yung utak ko wala.
Yeah.
But I super like kung paano niya in-end if that is part of the storyline. Which is like so abrupt. Alam mo yan? Parang like it was cold and kinold turkey niya tayo. Parang he just like he sang his last verse and then he was gone. Lights.
Correct.
Lights up.
Gusto ko nga.
What's happening?
Gusto ko din i-share na dahil nga sobrang abrupt nung end, yung friend ko who watched the first night, as in, ang binigyan niya ako ng marching orders. Paki-video naman kung lumabas ba talaga siya. Kasi hindi ko nakitang lumabas siya eh. Paano siya nawala? Anong ginawa niya? Anong feeling mo nakatambay lang siya sa stage hanggang ngayon? Ano ibig mo sabihin? Hindi siya umalis? Kasi hindi mo nawalan daw siya ng closure. Hindi niya nakitang umexit si Yoongi. Ganun ka-cold yung pag-exit niya na parang, ay, wala na.
So, na-videohan mo nga para sa friend mo?
Video ko para sa kanya. Sinend ko naman.
Good job.
That was a pretty stunning ending. And normally, I'd be pissed because you know how pag concerts, kaya nga merong mga kaya maraming mga what do you call that? Yung bumabalik sila. Encore, usually. Kasi nga, parang you're yearning for more. Like, you want more. Like, you want them, pasin parang gusto mo talaga sila makita one last time, one last wave. And then, when it ended, it was a, tapos na. And then, the next thing I saw was one of the ushers telling us to leave na. so soon, so quickly. And I'm like, okay, so it's done. Like, hindi ko siya na-feel na, no, but I want more. I mean, of course, there will always be that lingering, oh, I wish I could see him a little bit longer. But at the same time, inaccept ko siya. Kasi alam ko, nope, that's the end of the story. Kumbaga, that was the end of the presentation. It was planned out to make you feel that way na, pak, tapos na. And I really appreciated it. I was stunned, actually, na parang, wow, like, he really made it like that. Para lang siyang pelikula, alam mo yun?
But what did it mean?
Para siyang, like, cold ending, like, cliffhanging na ewan na, alam mo yun?
Yun,
na parang,
sakto cliffhanger.
Oo, na, wow, tapos na, shit, parang ganon.
Correct.
Except, dahil staging siya, wala man lang credits. Alam mo yun?
Yeah. To add also lang to what Chancy was saying a while ago, parang feeling ko, mas magiging impactful the whole concert, like, understanding the arc, if we could speak Korean. Alam mo yun?
Did you feel
kasi
that?
parang, I did, because like, some of the songs, binasa ko kasi talaga yung lyrics, pandemic nun So, yung mga ano to, yung the first 2 mixtapes, as in parang, parang, inalam ko talaga yung mga meaning during the pandemic. But the third one, itong pinaka-last album niya, medyo hindi ko na masyadong binasa So, parang feeling, yun yung parang nalolost sa akin na parang, siguro kung alam ko yung, kung naiintindihan ko while I'm listening and like vibing, siguro mas damang-dama ko yung art niya. Pero since may mga konting mga hindi ko masyadong maintindihan, yun siguro yung nakaka-lose.
Alam mo, super true yan. Kasi, for example, with like regular concerts na English, parang kahit na in the moment, kaya mo siyang tahiin kasi napapakinggan mo siya Pero I guess siguro when it comes to like, mga K-pop concerts, kung may story nga siyang ino-offer, there's something so much more to the performance. Parang kailangan mo ng preparation bago ka pumasok. Kasi ako rin, binasa ko rin lahat ng lyrics before Kaya lang hindi ko na matandaan ngayon. So when I'm like hearing it again, hindi ko na, parang gets ko yung gist, pero hindi ko na siya masyadong ma-recall as I did before. And then yung recent din, hindi ko rin masyadong binasa na. So parang, if I knew rin nga Korean, siguro habang nangyayari yun on stage, mas matutuhog ko lahat ng mga nangyayari till the end. Kasi, yun nga, naiintindihan ko siya. Yun lang. So, research.
Thinking about it, because like, I didn't understand the Korean, but I did feel a sort of heaviness after the concert na tinatanong nga ako ni Mick how was the concert? You like it? Parang, I think yung sagot ko ang intense, ang bigat. Kasi, I mean, somehow, I knew that most of lalo na sa earlier mixtapes, were very bigat, diba? It was very, very dark. Like, it was all angry. Alam mo yun?
The first one.
Oh, the first one.
Very, very, very
So,
angry yung background nung albums niyang yun. And I felt it. Kahit na I didn't know all the words. Parang, I felt the anger. The thing is, I actually really liked Yoongi. Like, sobrang nag-enjoy ako sa kanya. Siya yung, sa kanya ako I think nakwento ko na to before, sa kanya ako na parang, this is K-pop? Ganon. Kasi, nagulat ako na may ganong tunog. Dechwita yun. Although Dechwita, it's also very darker in tone. Well, dark / how do I describe it? Hindi naman ganun ka-dark as like the first mixtape songs. But tunog-wise, diba, there's like still a little bit of turmoil within. But super nag-enjoy ako sa mga songs niya na medyo mas positive. Like, that's why I really like People. Alam mo yun, parang very introspective na, on the lighter introspection kind of thing. I really enjoyed seeing those songs live, pero somehow, mas na-feel ko yung bigat while walking out. I think we were a little bit quiet while walking out to the stadium. Parang yun yung una kong mga naramdaman. And it was only later on, like, nakabalik na tayo ng Maynila. Doon ko lang na-realize na, but was also very fulfilling. I mean, he still has messages like, the future is gonna be okay and all that. Alam mo yun? Parang, and tas paulit-ulit, yung lyrics nun paulit-ulit lang nun. Parang, dun ko lang din naramdaman yung arc nga na gusto niya ipakita, or at least the full arc of it. Kumbaga may delay ako na feel na na-stuck ako siguro masyado dun sa anger. And then nung nakabalik na ako ng Maynila, syempre after thinking a lot about it, dun lang ako think ahead na parang, like, ang journey ni Yoongi bilang ang presentation naman niya sa concert na to is his life where he is at now, at the moment and all that. Parang nandun na siya, patungo na siya sa light. Alam mo yon. And then, also telling us that future is gonna be okay, etc., etc. So, kaya, here at home, like, looking back at the photos and the videos that I took during the concert, it felt lighter na. As compared to, yun nga, yung immediate post-concert na parang may onting, what just happened? Parang ganun.
Or na pag immediately after no concert, parang hindi mo pa alam kung anong gagawin mo. Alam mo yun? Like, inom tayo. Parang yun lang yung nasa utak ko nun eh.
True. Tsaka gutom ako nun eh.
Oo, ako rin hungry. And a lot overwhelmed. Parang ang daming overwhelmed. Ang dami kong feeling sobrang lang ako na overwhelmed na, oh my God, nangyari talaga to. Parang ang dami kong ganong mga feelings.
Yoongi in the flesh.
Ako, I'd watch it again. Like, without hesitation. Because like, there's sometimes parang, like, I'd watch it again for a purpose. Alam mo yun? Parang, kung for example, 17 Be the Sun, kunwari. Panoorin ko ulit kasi parang gusto ko lang maging masaya. Pero parang, gusto ko siyang panoorin ulit kasi gusto ko siyang ma-experience ulit. Alam mo yun? Yung parang gusto ko siyang ma-process. It's like, watching a movie, diba? The first time you watch to enjoy. The second time you, So parang, it brings me that same feeling, this concert. Na parang the first time was just like, taking in everything, all the emotions and stuff. And then the second time, which unfortunately is not gonna happen, is to kind of really babad into what he is offering to me, to us all.
Tsaka kompleto talaga yung show eh.
Kompleto talaga yung show.
You know what?
As in.
You know what I read up on din? Kasi yun nga, dahil hindi nga ako nanonood ng anything in the previous stops, like in the US and all that. Kasi iba yung staging niya sa US. And then, pero nakita ko naman in the photos, may rigged yung stage kasi umaakit yung mga stage. Parang naka-panel siya and all that. Yeah. And then I found out, so ano pala siya, kaya siya naka-rig. Initially, I was like, I didn't like it kasi you can see like the cables on stage and I find it a nuisance. I don't know. Syempre, I'm sure if I'm in the venue na hindi ko na yun mapapansin, but on photos, you can see the cables because they're not hidden eh. They're just there permanently na during the show. There were, kumbaga may mga harang. So, kumbaga, ito yung problema, ito yung hate ko pag theater in the round na kailangan walang harang, dapat kita ng lahat. Tas I was like, wow, what were they thinking? Bakit madaming harang sa view? But then I found out na, so umaakyat pala per panel, and then at certain points during the con, and then every time mag-raise yung stage panel na yon, mag-reveal sa ilalim, like a setup, like, I think, what you call this, I think, diba there was like that song, I don't know what remember that song, yung may TV and all that, and he was seated on a couch, tas may lamp, parang in the US tour, and also in Seoul and Japan, I think. So, nung nag-raise yung stage panel, so underneath it, nandun yung couch, so dun siya nag-perform. So, every time may umaakyat yung panel, yun nga, may lumalabas na prop or like, set piece that he uses for the performance, and then, by the end of the performance, so sa last songs, wala nang panel. So, it's basically Yoongi performing on a bare stage. Nice. So, may ganun pa siyang kwento. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then I pieced it together. Shit. I know. So, even now, I appreciate even the harangs more, yung mga rigged lines. Kasi, you start the show with harangs in your life. What? In your view? And then, pero by the end of the show, it's all clear. And I feel like, oh, that's so great, Yoongi. That's so beautiful. Because, I mean, that is the gist din naman of his tour. Like, that's the thesis statement of his tour, of his, of how he wanted to show the progress of his life so far, diba?
Yeah. So it's like a tour inside his brain.
Yeah, it's pretty
Before,
awesome.
everything was still puro mga blocks.
Yeah.
And then finally, he was able to clear through all of them. And now it's him. He's just standing there.
It's the stripping
Bearing
away.
his soul for
True.
us.
May ganon.
Ooh, shucks. Na-realize ko rin, oh my God, everything's so tuhog. Kasi diba yung mga promo materials, it's very, parang pixels yung dating. So, so natuhog din pala yun sa stage. Kasi syempre, square stage panels din yun. So, kumbaga, yung mga pixels, the square pixels on the poster and the D-Day logo, yung mukhang fatigue. Oh, wala lang. Sorry, nakatuhog. And then, syempre, because it looks like it's fatigue, army related. Akala ko yun lang at first eh. But now that it's pixels, it's so much more beautiful. Oh my God. Yun ko lang na-piece together. Oh, so great. I love it when everything's tuhog. Oh, I love it. Bravo. Bravo. I'd watch it again to experience the spectacle of it all too. And of course, to see him in the flesh, because he's so cute. Like, and, lang. I also remember, like, yung isa sa mga decision point ko kung bakit ko siya gustong panoorin live. Maliban sa seeing a BTS member in the flesh. Like, somehow I knew that I didn't want to miss this because in the past few months, parang he just keeps on surprising us. I mean, with Suchwita, oh my God, may talk show siya. And then like these, diba he kept on posting mga photo shoots sa IG niya na parang, wow, saan to nanggaling Yoongi? Like, what is this
Hindi mo pala kasali sa concert.
Correct. Akala
Oh my
ko part
God.
siya ng VCR.
Gusto ko pa naman yung yung isa niya, yung para siya, slick back hair, tas para siyang, parang wet look siya.
Oo,
Sana may
alam ko
wet
to.
look man lang
Oo.
dun sa binusan
Diba?
man lang siya ng tubig. Sana yung ulan tinutuunan nila, diba?
Gusto ko yung
Actually,
flower.
ako rin yung flower din. Wala lang. So, yun lang. Parang may memory ako sa kanya that parang he keeps on surprising us over and over. And like, of course, I'm not gonna miss this concert because I know I was gonna get something out of it. Like, I knew that he was gonna give us another surprise. Alam mo yun? And I feel like we got it naman.
Gusto ko lang din i-mention na wala lang, yung being with different armies as well. Yung sabi sa akin ni Monica, para akong magnet ng mga freebies. Kasi kung saan kami nakaupo, ang dami din namin biglang nakuha ang mga freebies. There was this Pinay who gave us yung parang bracelet siya ng Morse code ng
Amygdala?
what kind of future. Si Woozy yun eh. Future's gonna be okay. Morse code na bracelet nun. Tapos nagkaroon din kami ng parang pencil na galing naman sa mga Korean armies. Mga OG armies sila. Galing talaga silang Seoul. O basta galing silang Korea. Tapos, yun. And nakakatuwa sila. Parang tinry namin chikahin ni Mon. Medyo may language barrier. Tapos after a while, parang dumagdag yung mga binibigay nila sa aming freebies. Parang meron pang clip, may mga ganon. Nakakatuwa lang every time yung mga armies na nagbibigay na, I mean, yung mga fans in general, that fan culture na, I'm just so happy to be here and I'm happy you're here. Tapos ito, yung may ganon lang. It's so much fun.
Ako yung isa pa rin kinagal ako na nito kasi yung sister ko, first time ko makasama ulit mag-concert. And then, she also just moved to Singapore. So, siya yung kasama ko noon kami ng MOTS online concert. And then now, we watched him live together. So, parang, yun na, isang full circle event na naman in my life, which I'm so thankful for. So, yun lang. Hindi siya lapitin ng mga freebies though. At least,
si Pia.
At least,
Sorry, si Pia
lang.
talaga yun eh.
Oo nga eh. Kami, bracelet lang
Mahal
nakuha
siya ng
namin
Singapore eh.
Oo. Grabe.
Make me a resident para lahat ng concert puntahan ko na. Ganun.
Correct. Naisip ko lang, siguro ito sa mga last thoughts ko. While we were lining up to get in nga, parang, sinabi ko to sa'yo, Pia, a little bit of me also really didn't want to miss this con because I didn't know where I'd be at in 2025. Like when they all come back. I mean, like what you said nga earlier, I think it was Mick who said it,
Siya ba
Trency.
yun?
Yung parang when you're in the moment, when you love them so much right now, do it right now. Because it's gonna be an entirely different experience when you know, you watch them out of, because I used to love them. Alam mo yun. Iba na eh. Iba na yung headspace mo nun eh. So, I don't know where I'll be at in 2025. So, kumbaga, ayoko na siyang hintayin na, alam mo yun, next time na lang pag kumpleto sila or something. So, I really made sure, gets, parang sayang yung opportunity. Like, let's not miss this. Because this is it. Like, I love them now, and I want to enjoy a concert while I love them now. Alam mo yun.
Correct.
Pero hiniritan ako ni, tapos, sorry, sabi ko rin ata, tapos okay na ako since nakakita na nga ako ng isang BTS member in the flesh. Pero si Pia humirit, paano kung mag-tour din si Jungkook? Hanggang ngayon, hindi ko pa rin siya masagot. Parang gusto ko rin.
Kasi, di ba, parang kung sabihin, JK World Tour, parang shit, kailangan nandun ako. Hindi po pwedeng palampasin yun. Ano ba?
Depende kung ano yung tsura ng album
Yung
niya.
Weavers nga niya na video okay lang, hindi ko pinapalampasin.
Pinanood niyo ba yung Dubai niya?
Oo,
pero
World Cup.
hindi naman kasi siya talaga yun eh. Sorry.
Okay,
I enjoyed
kaya
it.
hindi ko
As a
pinanood.
fan of
Yung
opening
sayaw-sayaw kasi
sequences.
parang ganyan.
Correct.
Oo, parang,
Correct
sorry,
naman.
pero waka-waka forever. Wow!
So, ayun. Whew, that was our con experience with Suga.
Suga po.
Still can't believe it until now. Suga po. Cute.
Super.
So, I wanted to end our ep. I wanted to wrap our ep by asking around from us kung ano ang i-rate nyo sa inyong concert experience na ito. But, in Sushwita fashion, I want you guys to describe this rating according to alcohol preference. Who wants to start?
For me, this concert is like a 21-year-old Isla whiskey. As in, the characteristic of an Isla whiskey is that it's this kind of Scotch whiskey that is very smoky. Yung smoky kasi na whiskey, it takes a while for someone to appreciate it. Nung pinakaunang beses kong uminom ng whiskey na smoky, I hated it. I'm talking about Suga in general muna. Kasi at first, si Suga yung pinakaayaw ko na member ng BTS. As in, dati talaga hindi ko siya maintindihan. Lagi siyang nakasimangot. Bakit siya nandyan? Tapos parang, hindi ko pa magets yung sarcasm niya dati. Na parang, bakit ba siya sumasali? Lahat sila tawa ng tawa, tapos siya masungit. And then eventually, when I got to know him, na parang, yun pala talaga yung shtick niya. He's funny pala. And maya-maya na in love na ako sa kanya. Na parang yung Isla whiskey lang din, na parang, once you know how to enjoy this kind of whiskey, kasi kapag amuyin mo siya, puro smoke. But then, kapag dating niya sa lips mo, may sweetness. And then it will reveal different more flavors. Sometimes there's a little bit of salt. Sometimes there's a little bit of vanilla. Things na hindi mo maa-associate sa smoke. Nandun siya sa body ng whiskey. And then when it goes down your throat, meron pa siyang mga aftertaste. Sometimes, surprisingly, you could find fruits. Sometimes, you could find mga mas herbal na kind ng mga taste. It's very, parang yun yung feeling ko sa concert and kay Yoongi in general. You look at him, it's full of smoke and anger. But then once you uncover and unpack everything, you appreciate it more and more and more and more. There's just so many things to appreciate about it. Like, just now, looking back during the concert, sobrang saya. Ang sarap ng feeling, sumayaw, sumigaw. And then now looking back na parang, ang dami nangyari. Na-realize ko din, it was so very cathartic din pala for me. ang sarap din magalit, ang sarap din masaya, ang sarap din kiligin. Like, lahat yun na package dun sa buong concert. So, yun yung feeling ko. And syempre, 21-year-old yung Isla Whiskey because like, the older it is, like, the better it is. And 21-year-old pa lang yung Isla Whiskey na pinakamatanda na natatry ko. Kung meron kayo mas matanda, patry nyo sa akin. Baka pwede pa. 40, 50-year-old G. Ayun lang.
Oh.
Ooh.
Hirap nun
How about
sundan.
you? Oo nga eh.
Actually, si Pia eh.
Very
Very, a person
very
who's working in
Oo nga,
liquor.
fluent in in
yung akin
liquor.
lambanog. Lambanog? Pero actually,
Uy, tsaka mahilig din si Yoongi sa island na
in
whiskey.
fair.
Wala.
Ooh.
Actually, nung iniisip ko siya, feeling ko pare sa yung sagot eh. Kasi parang for me, yung din is a very, yung experience actually is very whiskey. Alam mo yun? And specifically the smoky kind. Kasi parang it's such an experience in your mouth at first taste, and that is what happened to me. The first few notes of hegum, as in yung parang tipong sumasabog na lang yung utak ko. Alam mo yun, parang ang saya-saya ko lang. And yun din yung feeling ko pag uminom ako ng mga ganong klaseng whiskey. Kasi ako may ligaw kasi ako sa smoky. Manaloto. Sorry,
Akala ko hotdog.
Hindi ko mapigilan yung sarili ko. Smoky bear. and then you pagkainom mo, parang it just goes down so smoothly, which is the show itself. Everything was just so smooth about the whole show. Parang lahat tuhog, parang each and every person plays their role the way they should play their role. And at the end of the day, you drink because you like the experience of drinking. You don't drink to get drunk. Alam mo yun. Sure, you get drunk, but parang that's not the point. The point is just experiencing that taste. And in the context of what we're talking about, the concert, you go there just to experience everything. And then you just get drunk afterwards because of all those feelings and those emotions. So, yun lang. Also, lambanog.
A happy kind of
Oo.
vibes.
Lagyan natin. Pwede ba whiskey soju? May ganun ba klase drink?
Pwede natin umpisahan.
Sige, soju because he's Korean. Dahil doon lang. Para maiba lang ng konti sa sagot ni Pia. Whiskey soju. Mas matapang.
Oo.
Well, mine's a bit milder, and I think it would make sense too. I choose gin and tonic na may dagdag na rosemary, cinnamon, and dried lemon slices. Yeah, those are my favorite. Simply because, well, isa to sa mga go-to drinks ko kasi sakto siyang hard but soft at the same time. So, sakto siyang fragrant, pero alam mo yun, sakto rin yung tama pag nasobrahan ako ng inom or pag dinamihan ko yung gin. But anyway, point is, kumbaga, it's a mix of, hindi siya flow. Kumbaga, it's basically a combination of all the feelings of hard and soft. And I thought that that was my experience nga with this concert because, I mean, the man went hard. Like, alam mo yun, the performances were hard and all that. But, syempre, there will always be that lingering sweetness of, you know, the memories of him when he talks about where his songs, his feelings came from, and at the same time, my journey with discovering his music and discovering K-pop and discovering Hallyu kasi lahat yan attached together. So, parang, yun lang naman. Parang at one sip, it felt like one sip of everything that I wanted at that moment. So, that was the concert for me. Hard and soft. That's all. Do I win the crown? Pero sa Sushita, meron siya kasi pahawal na tanong. O, diba? Gusto niyo pa bang tanungin ko to? Tatanungin ko na. Nandito na tayo eh.
Go.
So, usually, Yoongi ends his shows with this question to his guests. How do you see yourself 10 years from now? Paka-random. We can make it specific na to say a BTS or a Hallyu consumer.
Ako, parang top of my head, as a Hallyu consumer, I could only hope na hindi ko siya na-outgrow by then. Sometimes I feel like it's a passing phase and I'm still in it. So, ang hope ko sa sarili ko is that because of like the happiness that this has brought to my life, and as with so many things that bring me happiness in my life, when things get too tough, kinakalimutan ko sila minsan sadya kasi parang I don't even want to. Parang hindi ko dapat bigyan ng space yung happiness na to right now kasi serious ang life right now eh. Sa serious lang tayo. So I don't want to let go of that. So sana 10 years from now, I'm still consuming Hallyu. Sana may part of me na kaya pa ring mag-fangirl. And by then, talagang, yung hindi na ako yung parang kapag sabihin natin na, G, concert, kahit na 3-4 times a year, go. Ganon. Go lang ng go. Kahit matanda na ako, sasakit yung likod ko pagbalik ko mga isang linggo kung may sakit. Go pa rin ako. Kasi may pera naman
nasa
ako
hospital ka na, girl, by then.
Grabe
admit
naman.
na to, admit.
Grabe. May pera naman
may pera naman.
So, okay lang. But yun, 10 years from now, I still want to be very happy and consuming Hallyu because it still makes me happy. That's what I want for my 10-year-old, from myself 10 years from now.
Ako, 10 years from now, I'll be 47 years old. It's like 3 years to 50. That's fucking insane.
Sasabi yun ng edad.
Oo, pero ayun, okay din para, mag-ground yung thought. And ako, it's such a nice question to ask, actually, because like, whenever I find myself asking myself where I want to be, like, even in 3 years, I cannot for the life of me even answer that question. Even kung mag-isa lang ako, without us having this conversation. So, maganda na parang wala akong choice ngayon, kundi gumawa ng sagot.
Sagutin.
Tapos parang nung pinag-isipan ko siya ng sandali, parang as myself muna, parang gusto ko maging flamboyant, quiet, fearless. Parang, alam mo yun, flamboyant because there's still fun in my life. Alam mo yun, I still get to enjoy the things that makes me happy, that makes my heart beat, that makes me smile every day. Quiet. Kasi parang, alam mo yung, pag steady na yung river, quiet na siya. Alam mo yun, gusto ko by then, nandun na ako sa punto na it's steady na for me. And fearless. Kasi, well, right now, I'm scared of a lot of things. Woo! Na-feel ko yun bigla. Alam mo yun, just, the world is just like, it's a little bit scary right now. But I hope in 10 years na I will be that fearless, flamboyant, quiet fearlessness in my flamboyance person who goes all over the world to watch K-pop concerts.
Ayan, magkasama tayo. Tapos hospital din ako.
Ay, wala na. May kasama na tayong doktor parate. Oo,
kasama
para
na.
after kagad ng concert, diretso naka-IV ka na kagad. Sasaksakan ka na ng nung mga, ang tawag doon, di ba, ano yun? Yung
mga vitamins,
stem cells. Yung mga stem cells, vitamins, blood
naman.
of virgins, gano'n. Oo. Kasama natin sila parate. So, actually, dapat, kailangan gawin natin yun.
Si Monica.
10 years from now, oh yes, that would be so amazing na sana, yun nga, frequent pa rin tayong nanonood na concert. In this Singapore trip, I got to meet up with one of my high school friends, Sarah, and I love her position na she lives in Singapore because she gets to watch all these cons. And parang nahinggit din ako sa buhay niya kasi parang she has the logistical and financial capacity to be able to, like, alam mo yun, like every weekend or as much as she can, she's able to watch these concerts. And really, it's because she loves music. As in, sometimes she'd watch, kahit na hindi niya super stan yung group, but because she loves music in general, she just go because it's an experience. Alam mo yun. It's something to do for the weekend, and why not make it like the best experience there can be, right? Gusto ko rin yun for myself. But on a little bit more serious note, I guess. Gusto ko sana 10 years from now, through Hallyu and more, sana I keep on getting to meet these creative individuals who inspire to just keep on creating. Yoongi has always been that figure, well, in the recent months. Like, he's always like a constant reminder of like journeys, of hardships, and like creativity. Alam mo yun, how he uses up his energy to like just to fuel his creativity, to make his dreams come true. And it's always inspiring. So I really hope that in 10 years, I can still be that creative person that I want to be. And hopefully as well, sana in 10 years, I can be that too. Like the inspirer naman. Huh? Kumbaga, hindi lang ako yung hihigop ng inspiration. The inspirator. The inspirator
kasi
naman.
Kasi trends yung respirator ang kasama.
So, yun. By being inspirator, di ko alam kung Hallyu related pa rin, pero gets nila yun. Like, gets. Parang that creative person who also touches the hearts of others. That's all.
Cheers to our lives.
Cheers to 10 years.
Yes.
And that ends our episode on the D-Day tour, the Singapore trip that we recently embarked on. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I just want to say thank you, Suga, for the experience, and also thank you to you too, because once again, here's another life experience that I know I'll never forget. So, pwede ko bang ipahabol yon in 10 years? Sinabi ko na naman din. Magkakasama nga tayo sa concert as inspirators and respirators. Oh, sana patuloy pa rin to. If there's anyone out there who's seen the show, please, gusto ko rin namin malaman kung anong kwento nyo. We know some
Share
of
us fan cams.
Yeah, we know some of our listeners, our followers said nga that we were gonna hopefully see each other in Singapore, but somehow we never saw anyone. Because ang daming tao, diba? Ang daming friends. So, kita tayo. Pero wala talaga kami nakita. Oh my God. Message us on Instagram, on TikTok. We'd love to hear and see your stories, your experiences.
And also, let's not forget, thank you guys for sticking with us through this season.
Yes! And please, abangan ninyo kasi madami pa kaming bigger, brighter things for season 4. So, thank you. Pero syempre, maraming salamat sa pagsama sa amin sa season 3. Thank you for taking care of us and for always looking at us nicely. Productive nila.
So, see you guys soon. I hope you eat well today.
Yes! And guys, don't get sick, As in,
Yeah,
please,
don't
like
get
us.
sick.
Drink
Kapag
your
sinasabi
water.
ng mga idol, kala ko chenes lang. Pero ngayon naman ako.
Don't get sick. Mahirap na
Don't get sick.
magkasakit.
Don't get rained on. Rainy season na. Everything.
We will see you all in the next
Kamsahamnida,
season.
Sarang.
Love you guys
Thank
so
you,
much.
and see ya.
Thank you.
Sino yung mga dream guest performers nyo? Kung meron tayong kung meron kayong ganon. Kung meron tayong dictating powers, sino yung gusto mo sanang makita on stage with Yoongi?
Oh my gosh, Ayu!
Sige.
Oh, yes.
Para masiraan ko siya in person.
Bakit?
Kasi smoker siya, tapos lasinggera, drug addict.
Oo nga. Lahat na lang kasi.
Tapos may in love tayo sa kanya. Di ba yun naman yung ending?
Gusto ko lahat na lang sila, buong BTS na lang yung guest niya.
Wow!
Oh my
ang
God.
swerte.
So, kumpleto na sila. Guest nga lang. But at least, kumpleto na.
Kahit isang song lang, no? If there's just one song, anong gusto mo makita nun tayo?
Shit, ang hirap
Microcosm. Pero as guest. So, ibig sabihin 5 seconds lang sila doon. Kasi they can't be paid in full.
Paano yun? Sa akin gusto ko kasi since isang kanta lang, mag-on na para bigay na bigay.
Oh my God.
10. 10. Okay, done.
Yun din actually, fire.
Correct.
Oh,
Isang lang.
Oo.
Fire!
Isang fire.
Tapos tapos na.
Thank you so much.
hindi, actually, lalabas nila lahat. Tapos sabihin lang ni Yoongi, Bulturne.
Tas tapos
Tas tapos na.